he's a Jordan athlete, right? I understand that. I think it's dope that he got his own sneaker. It takes inspiration from a Jordan 4. But it's not a Jordan 4, they've retooled it. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. And it feels like we ain't been doing this much because maybe we haven't. And that's for a couple of different reasons. One, I feel like I'm not racing out to buy everything at the moment. It just... There's nothing crazy that has got my attention like that. But two, I've been cooking up some other stuff. And I'm going to give you a little sneak preview later in this video. I'm trained in first aid. It's a pretty egregious title, right? I see a lot of people talking about these. A lot of people are excited about these. But me, I hate them. And how did we get here, right? Why? I've said all year that I feel like Nike is essentially like giving us lows in everything. And that's not the first time they've done it. We can go all the way back to the Jordan 1 where we got a low for the lifestyle, for off-court. Jordan brand and Nike have been doing lows in their shoes for a long time. Dates back to this, right? But it just seems like they're doing everything at the moment. And we'll get to the Jordan 4 in a minute, but at the moment I want to talk about this. For me, it's so wild that we call this a Jordan 1, right? This is a Jordan 1 OG, even though it doesn't have the big swoosh on it. And we call this a Jordan 1, but it's got the Jumpman on there and the wings on there, and I don't know. I guess we get different iterations. This is like your GR that you'll see at Foot Locker any given day. This is like more limited release, quality materials, and needs to be laced up, so I haven't yet. I'm terrible. I hate lacing up shoes. I need to, because every time I see someone wearing this, I'm like, I need to put mine on, and I forget. There's a reason why we make lows of certain shoes. One, if that style's already winning, like why wouldn't you attempt to make a low and give them something a little bit different, same but different, and that's another market, right? I understand that aspect of it. So much so that my first Jordan 2 was actually a Jordan 2 low. Now, I actually copped these from the Chosen one back in the day before I even knew who he was. I think it was just on Marketplace or a sneaker group or something like that. I'd missed out on these previously. Just thought about them for too long and then didn't get them. This is obviously like a UNC Obsidian type vibe. And back in the day, they used to call it Carolina Blue. For me, I've always loved the Carolina Blue colorways. This is a low for a 2. It's my first 2 I ever got. And when they brought them, the 2 back last year, or the year before, I'm not sure. The last few years have been a mess, haven't they? But when they started doing some lows, I was like, not a bad idea. Everything comes in cycles. We seem to be getting these really chunky silhouettes. I feel like this is on brand. Maybe they came out a little bit too early, if I'm being honest, because now the chunky silhouettes are really eating. The baggy fits, everything like that. Nostalgia and fashion, everything like that goes within 20-year cycles. So this, I don't know, I really like these. I really like 2 lows. 2s cop a lot of hate. Sometimes deservedly, sometimes not. Me, I love 2s. I love 2 lows. I've got other pairs. I don't think they've done a 3 low. I think they've done hybrids with the 3, but not a 3 low. I could be wrong. Please don't ever do a 3 low. They've obviously done the 4 recently, but this here, this was called a Stadium 90. But if you look at it closely, it's a Jordan 5 low essentially. Now they've done Jordan 5 lows as well. I don't like the look of them. I do like the look of this, but I haven't worn them yet. Bulldogs colorway, you can see it. So me personally, I really like this pair. Now, there's plenty of other Jordan silhouettes that they've done a low with. Jordan 11, very popular. They've done 6s, they've done 7s, 9s, they've done 31s, like even the more recent Jordan 38 came in a low as well. There's not much to differentiate between the high and the low, but they've done lows. They've always done it. In recent times, you've seen the Jordan Legacy 312. For me, when I first saw that shoe and the colorways that came out with Don C, I thought that's a really nice shoe. That's a great amalgamation. I loved everything about it. Me personally, I didn't buy any, but I wanted I think it was a Dusty Cactus, they called it, the lime green pair. That was the colorway I really wanted. If they did that in a Chicago, I'll probably buy it. Obviously, they've done the low. I thought about it, but I just couldn't do it. Spizike, there's 100 different colorways that are dropping of recent times. In a low, if they're in a high, I'm buying every day of the week. It's really weird to me that with those two in particular, they're not doing highs for them. I don't know what it is. They're just not doing highs for them. They're doing them in the low. I understand if you're doing both, but to do one over the other makes no sense to me. They're making a low in this. Wear Testers, Nightwing has already tested it out. There's not that much difference, really. The quality of materials are nice, but again, it's like, we want this, you give us this. But in saying that, they're doing a Pippin low. Bear with me, not the slides. The slides are horrible. But they're doing a Pippin low. I saw a white pair, and they actually look really nice. I may need to like see them in hand. That may be the one. Maybe it's like a case of we throw 100 ideas out, one sticks to the wall. Because the white, I don't know if it's just the new shape. They look incredible. I may need to see them in person. I haven't yet, but maybe the exception to the rule. But the shoe we're going to be talking about today is the Jordan 4 RM. People are going to say this is like, I don't know what they're going to say. Maybe they're going to say it's on Sneaker of the Year list, something. For me, I hate this shoe. There's been like one colorway I saw where I'm like, it's not too bad. Maybe I got to see it on feet, maybe whatever. But like looking at it, it's not a Jordan 4 to me. Call it something else. Call it something else. Maybe I don't hate it as much. With the Formula 90, you didn't call that a Jordan 5 RM. I don't know. But let's look at this shoe. Essentially designed for BMX. It's a Jordan shoe that they've redesigned, made a low, and it's for BMX. The initial sort of images that we saw with the Nigel Sylvester Pro model, and it was something to do with his grandmother's driveway, because that's where he grew up riding BMX and first getting into it, right? Nigel's done an airship. Prior to that, he did a Jordan 1 high. All seem to be relatively popular. This is the next rendition. But with this one, they've actually made it with BMX in mind. The crazy thing on the back is the bike air. Apparently, that took so much to do. Now that's only with his model. The GR versions essentially don't have that. I'm pretty sure it's just Nike Air. I would have to double check. I've seen them in hand, I looked at them, I shuddered at them in person. So I'm keeping that same energy.
A few moments later.
I can't say, but what's funny is there's been a bunch of things rumored, whether it be the Fear 4s, the Black Cat 4s, and then they've announced that this RM is coming out in those colorways. So is it like, are you getting them, or are you getting this low version of a Jordan 4? I understand that they've retooled it for a BMX shoe. They did the same thing with the Jordan 4 last year. But the difference is, the Jordan 4 SB, they made a classic. They made the most comfortable Jordan 4 of all time. Even initially when I saw the colorway, like, it didn't really do anything for me. It reminded me a lot of an SB high that Paul Rodriguez had done, right? Many years before, not many, maybe 3 or 4, but to no real fanfare because it's a high. They've done this, you get it in hand, feel the materials, it's incredible. Incredible shoe. Somehow they've retooled the Jordan 4 to where it doesn't pinch your little toe. That's just... whoever did that needs a Nobel Peace Prize, honestly. Jordan 4 is one of my favourite looking shoes, but one of the least comfortable shoes. I got the Jordan 4 Bred 4 reimagined. They're pretty comfortable. They don't kill your little toe. But the SB4 is even more comfortable from all accounts. So they've retooled this, right, for skateboarding. There was all this like hype building up to it, where the BMX shoe, it essentially just kind of dropped out of nowhere. And I feel like the leak came, and not long after the leak, they had it ready to go. Now, I don't know if that was the initial plan with it, because not long after it, the GR versions are coming as well. Usually what they will do to introduce a new silhouette is drop a collab first, right? Or the GR first, then build up with the collab. They're not going to do both at the same time. That's really weird. But I think that has happened, and they've essentially had to ramp it all up. No pun intended, BMX ramp and all that. But for me, I just don't think BMX riding is as popular as skateboarding. It's just not. If you were to ask someone, like, name 10 skateboarders, just like an average person, I think they could, just based on Tony Hawk skateboarding alone, the video game, right? If you were to say, name 5 BMX riders, I don't even think I could. Like, if we go Dave Miro, Matt Hoffman, Nigel Sylvester, can't really think of any outside of that, if I'm being honest. So, I watch X Games, I pay attention to that world, everything like that. I can't name 5. Skateboarders, yes, I'm a skateboarder, maybe it's a little bit different because of that. I could probably name 100 skateboarders. The barrier to entry with BMX for skateboarding as well, a skateboard you can buy a complete nowadays for around about 60-70 bucks. It's not going to be amazing, but it'll get the job done, right? A BMX bike, to be able to do the things that they're doing, you're going to be spending a few hundred, if not more. Probably closer to the 1,000 range if you want something of that spec. The shoe, maybe it's just my own opinion, I don't see many people wearing that just to wear it. I haven't seen any hype for it, if I'm being honest. I've seen like industry people talking about it and being excited for it. But general like people like sneakerheads like you and me, I haven't seen any hype for it at all. They did the public ride through New York and they gifted pairs to people like famous celebrities and did all the PR stuff for it. But that's about it. For me, I understand he's a Jordan athlete, right? I understand that. I think it's dope that he got his own sneaker. It takes inspiration from a Jordan 4. But it's not a Jordan 4. They've retooled it. One of the things that I thought was interesting was like, it seemed like they were trying to put an SB lace on the 4, and then when he's got it on and had a look at it, he's like, nah, this doesn't work, we're going to go back to the flat lace. I don't know if they did the same with the SB4. I feel like that's the flat lace. They may have had similar conversations, and it could just be because that actually just looks like a Jordan 4 that they've kept those laces and kept that aesthetic, even though it's meant to be a skateboarding shoe. For me, like, as soon as I got the shoe, the same video that I did with the Futuras, I was going to do with the SB4. So I'd always planned on doing that because it's so outrageous to your average sneakerhead to take them to a skate park, even though that is what they're designed for. This shoe, but what are we thinking? What's Nike thinking? What's with this fascination for a low? We obviously had certain things that hit really well in the last couple of years with New Balance, with Asics, with Adidas, that were like bigger, bulkier type things, right? And they're all a low type shoe. Is that just trying to combat, trying to compete, trying to enter these markets? We've got to try different things. I feel like the Nike Jam is probably the most exciting shoe that I've seen from Nike in a long time. They've made this specifically for breakdancing. It's a b-boy shoe. They're launching it with a Futura collab. Crazy. I need a pair of them. All the clothing that's coming with it, I need all of that too. The tracksuits, the t-shirts. They've released the white one at Supply and InQ, and then they've released the red and white on Nike.com. This is Australia. In America, different places, it's probably going to be a lot easier to get, but we just don't get those allocations. Back to the Jordan 4 RM. I feel like the colorways that have leaked, I don't know if it's leaked, if they've just announced them. That black and white colorway is a really solid colorway. You put that in a high, I'm copping it every day of the week. If it's just a standard Jordan 4 high, I don't need any story, I don't need nothing, just give me that. There was also another colorway. Let's see if I can find it.
7 hours later.
I can't find any colorways. I definitely saw something, shared it, everything like that, but can't seem to find it now. The Bike Air is interesting because apparently every time they play with the Nike Air or change something on the back like that, that's meant to be this iconic branding, it's got to go through not only Nike execs, everything like that, but Michael Jordan has to have the okay on this. Pretty wild to hear something like that. But it's interesting to me that they did drop the first initial. The first thing we hear, we see that image of Nigel Sylvester with it. He's sitting on his grandmother's driveway and everything like that. We get the story for it. Not long after, we get the GR. We see all the colorways that are coming. And before we've even had time to react, maybe because there was no reaction, we're getting another colorway for the Nigel Sylvesters. But I don't know, man. I feel like there could be potential, and I don't know. Am I just offended because this is saying Jordan 4? Is it just a case of what happens so often is like, we want this from Nike and we'll give you almost this, right? We wanted a Chicago. We got Lost and Founds. Don't get me wrong, Lost and Founds are really, really nice. I really like them. Infrared 90s, very popular colorway. We'll give you a Gore-Tex version. You want a bread toe? Have a bread toe reimagined. You want a Black Cat 4? We're gonna do a fully netted version. I can't remember what they used to call those, but yeah, like, it just seems like this is where we want to get to. This is what we get. We're almost there, but not quite. Those colorways in the 4s, like, I feel like as a BMX rider, maybe the high, there's more of a chance it gets caught up in the chain or something. I don't know. But if you take it all the way back, Nike SB and Nike 6.0, 5.0, can't remember. But they were basically the same shoe, skateboarding, bike riding. Just different colorways, different things like that. But that was a BMX shoe. I don't know. I don't like it. I might hear every single person in the comment section saying Wilder. That it's crazy, they're doing something different, it's cool, all this, but I don't know. I don't like it. Even the new Jordan, like, 39 has come out, and they're like, this is not a high, this is not a low, this is what you get. And it just kind of looks like a Jordan Zion 3. Just looks like the Zion 3, like a more expanded version on that. I don't know. Just no more Spizike lows, no more 312 lows. Give me a 312 in a high and a Chicago colorway, and I'll probably buy it. I reckon even an infrared colorway, like not 90s infrared, like Jordan 6 infrared. That'd be incredible. I'm here still talking about I want a deluxe super premium version of the Air Max LTD with hairy suede. Do that? I don't know. But this has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Am I bugging? Am I just... Maybe I don't have the finger on the pulse anymore. We'll see. I do have some lows. I'm not mad at lows, but we like options. I don't know. Peace. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased, and it feels like my hood just fell down. I'm cold as shit, son. You're getting some outtakes tonight.
Sorry about that.
All good, bro.
Sorry, little man.
I'll get 2 warrants. It is so wild that you can go to Office Works and get Montanas, used flybys, and Afterpay. Imagine that's all this was. Just, hey guys, I'm gonna eat a vanilla slice. That's it, peace.